Hey, good morning. I'm glad to see you. Okay, so let me just move this a little closer. I'm looking like I just got up this morning, which is great. I'm even wearing my Christmas leggings. One of my clients, Julie Surratt, got me Christmas leggings. Look at this. They got hollies on them, and they got a wolf on them. So, I'm in the Christmas mood and it's summertime. I'm loving it. Anyway, so I wanted to say good morning to you guys. Who's drinking coffee, tea, greens? Just say hello. Let me know what you're drinking. I actually, I think my hat's sideways. Truthfully, I actually like to try new different lattes and things like that. So I love it. If Carmen ring, I am LOL morning. So I love to try different drinks in the morning. I'm a latte fanatic, although I am drinking hot water and lemon this morning. And so what are you drinking? Share it with me. I love it. We're gonna have about 20 minutes of fun today, and hopefully kick your day off in a way that's really gonna be powerful and empowered. So, love the red Earl Grey tea. Oh, I love Earl Grey tea. Sloan, I drink Earl Grey latte. So you put milk or almond milk or something like that in it. So that would be my choice because I love Earl Grey. I love tea with milk. Black coffee. Oh, Carmen, you're like my girlfriend Diane. She's like a toothpick, like thin, and whenever we go out, if she's having a drink, it's like vodka, lemon, and lime. Or if we go for coffee, it's never the latte. I'm the one with the sugary latte, and she's the one with like her black coffee. And I'm like, ugh, just can't buy into that one with you. Okay, good morning. Medium roast. Ooh, with molasses sugar. That sounds good, Susanna. Almond. Almond. You put almond in your Earl Grey. Awesome. Good morning, Lisa. How you guys doing? Matcha tea. I like matcha tea too. You have to find one that doesn't have a ton of sugar in it. It's talking from me, from Mrs. Like cinnamon dolce latte girl. Anyway, let's jump into it. So if you could do me a favor, if you guys were on yesterday, just know that three people, Craig from Perfect Day Formula, the guy who wrote the Perfect Day Formula book, actually saw our Facebook Live and he said, you know what, let me just kick in a couple of my kits for free as well, which were $150 each, and he actually donated two of them to two other people on the thread yesterday morning. So know that I'm going to be randomly, at least a couple times a week, either giving away cash or giving away things that I think have really helped me. The whole purpose of this coffee together at 6 a.m. is, first of all, for us to get to know each other. I mean, we don't all live in the same city, so it's a great opportunity for us to have coffee. I'm going to have it anyway, so why not have it together, right? And we can just do some shop talk, which means that if you ever want to know anything about how I'm running my life, or how even any of my friends are running my life, or how, or like a tactic in business or anything like that, if I don't know it, I promise you I'll never just give you my opinion, because I don't think you have to know everything. But as far as like building a company to about the $5 million mark, I've been able to do that really quite easily, without complete massive breakdown, stress, or debt. And I'm completely debt free. And so I am happy to share whatever I can with you, whether you're a client or not a client of mine. So I do feel compelled to say that September 25th, 26th, and 27th, we're going to have my big zone event. I'm not doing these Facebook Lives to promote the zone event. I'm just sharing it with you. It is a very transformational event. And if you really want to build an incredible business, it's 3 days in Palm Springs and it will transform your life. So just know that. You can always private message me and ask me for details. And other than that, let's rock this. Okay, so Beth, green tea. I don't know what Tulsi chai is. You might have to post a picture of that one. Awesome. So like complete transparency. So I said this yesterday at the end of the Facebook Live. One of the biggest reasons why I am doing this 6 a.m. with Shanda, yes, it's to give back. But what I noticed is that I wanted to give back more, but I noticed that these areas of my life, like my mornings are sacred for me to pray, read the Bible, and then I work. Like I do most of my production work before my family gets up out of bed. And it really works for me. And so I couldn't fit in my calendar anywhere because I end work at 2:45. So I couldn't find anywhere in my calendar to be able to give consistently, where I wouldn't have to send out emails every single day, that you just know where I'm at every single day. If you've got friends or you want to share this page, which you could do that now if you want to, I'd really appreciate that. I needed to find something that I would be consistent, but with consistency comes commitment, right? With consistency comes commitment. So you always have to give something up to receive something more. So I really felt that it was important for me to get out there and give and offer some support for people and meet a new audience of people, help my existing audience, have coffee with people in the morning, that type of stuff. But there was a part of me that didn't want to give up my morning because my morning is my most productive time. And I worked really hard to establish that rhythm. I was sharing yesterday, I have 33, I work literally, this is my life, off this little piece of paper. I work 43, or I have 33 days off, and I'm working 15 of those are actually blocked off my calendar to just focus, like just total pure focus. Like one of the days for 4 hours, it's about the zone event and building out the campaign for the zone event, the before campaign and the after campaign, right? So those 15 days account for multiple millions of dollars inside my company. And so, but to do that, like to have a life like that, I had to really just control my mornings. I had to make the decision to get up early and work for an hour and a half to 2 hours in the morning with no interruptions, which means that I normally would never be on social media. I turn like nothing, right? It's control your morning, as Craig would say from the Perfect Day Formula, and dominate the rest of your day. And so, when I decided that I wanted to do these 6 a.m. Facebook Lives, they weren't 6 a.m. at first. It was 6 a.m. was the only time that it would work for me to be able to give back. So then here's why I'm telling you this. If you see something that you need to do in your business or you want to do in your business, or you see something that you need to do in your love life or your fitness or anything like that, you're going to have to give something up. It just is the game. I mean, this whole game of life, it is just a game. And you have to, it's like Monopoly. You have to pay for it. You have to give something. You have to trade something. So I'm trading, 20 minutes to a half an hour of my morning to give to you, to have coffee with you in the morning, right? And to make a difference. However, you never really want to do that. But today, as I got up, and I literally, I was inspired to come talk to you guys today. Not that I haven't enjoyed it, but, now the tipping factor is happening. So just in about, I would say 7 times or 8 times that I've done this Facebook Live in the morning with you, all of a sudden, it's getting into my comfort zone. If you understand what I'm saying right now, just hit the heart button. Just like let me know that you're understanding what I'm saying. So imagine, excuse me, imagine if you have something that you want. Just think about something that you either really want to do in your business, or you really want to do in your love life, really want to do in your fitness, or maybe you want to go to Nepal and study with the monks, or you want to go volunteer somewhere amazing, right, and make a big difference. But then there's this thing that you stop at. And this thing is I don't have enough time, or I really want to spend that money on something else. Or what if it doesn't work? What if it doesn't work and I just spent all that time and it doesn't work, right? Or what if he doesn't appreciate me? He never appreciates me anyway. Forget it. We just had to fight him out. You know what I mean? All of those emotional triggers, because all of the thoughts are coming with an emotional trigger. And all those emotional triggers are preventing you from trading something to get something that you really want. And I believe there's a part of us that doesn't actually believe that the thing we want is going to happen. And so what we do is we hold on and we hoard. So we hold on and we hoard our money, and we hoard our time, and we hoard, right? We hoard or take away our love. And then what happens is you never get what you want, because to get what you want, you have to give. You have to give. You know, we're really big in my company in giving. In fact, right now, we're giving away my Porsche to my clients. And it's crazy because I have a lot of clients, and I think about 400 of them, maybe a little bit more than 400 of them, were actually eligible to play to win my car. And only like 120 actually registered to win. And I don't say that because I want to put down the 300 that didn't register to play to win my car. I actually want to inspire the 300 people who didn't actually register to win my car, because they're living in their comfort zone. And you can't live in your comfort zone and get what you want. You have to trade something you want. You have to trade the fear. You have to trade the comfort. You have to trade the time, money. If you're understanding what I'm saying, just give me a little post right now. Just let me know you know. Bad. How much is giving too much? I don't think you can give too much, Beth. Give to others, but not enough to yourself, or receive enough for yourself. So, Beth, first of all, let me share something about that. If you think you give too much, you probably have some martyrism in you. And I hate saying that, but I can relate to that, because I have a tickle in my throat. That's why I'm coughing. Okay, so I used to be engaged to a man a long time ago. I had two beautiful daughters, Brittany and Brienne. And Brienne lived with us because she was younger. And every morning I'd get up and I'd make Brienne lunch. And I would make him breakfast. And then I would make him lunch, because we were both entrepreneurs and worked at home. And then I'd make dinner. Can I tell you, I don't cook. I'm not a good cook. I don't cook. So me cooking was like a big give, right? And I did this every day. And then I'd clean the house. And then I'd build my business. And then. You know, and I would have sex with him when he wanted to have sex with me versus when I wanted to. I mean, I gave like crazy. In return for giving, I was a bitch. I mean, I would have these meltdowns and these pity parties and these demanding and entitlement for more. And meanwhile, when I finally worked through a huge amount of my entitlements in that relationship, and he was patient enough to do that with me, where I learned partnership. And what I realized is I was already getting a lot. I was already getting a lot more than I thought I was getting. So there's something about entrepreneurs, and we often measure the gap of where we need to go versus how far we've actually come, right? And we do this all the time. We do it inside my household. We do it inside my business. We do it inside my marketing mastery community, where we sit down and we write, just for a couple minutes, what are the things that we've gained over the last quarter since we met last? Or what are the things we've gained over the last year from this person I'm with? You know, you've got to measure your life based on the gain. So I'll give you an example. The other day, yesterday, when I was sharing it ripped, my son ripped it. When I was sharing that I'm going to be off 33 days out this quarter, and I have 15 production days, 15 days that I'm accomplishing all the multi-million-dollar activities that run this company. And when I looked at this after I got off the Facebook Live yesterday, I was like, wow, my focus days There's only one of three things that I haven't completed on it already. And I just put this together like 2 weeks ago. Out of my flex days of like fun days, let's call them, I've accomplished one out of the three already, meaning that it's set up on the calendar for next month to do an adventure retreat with 5 friends and Ash and Russell Brunson and just some other friends. What I haven't completed yet, now if I focus on this, I will feel exhausted, weak, like I have so much to go still, like I'm underperforming. So, like I haven't been meditating, I haven't gone to the spa. I like to go to the spa every day or every week. I haven't done a weekend yet with no phone. Even my, anyway, you won't understand all of this, but basically I've completed 80% of what I'm doing this quarter already in just a couple weeks. But if you don't focus on what you've accomplished, if you actually don't measure yourself in what you've accomplished and you measure where you have to go, you will always feel like you're giving too much. You will always feel like there's not enough, right? Which go together. So Beth, right now, Jesse Itzler, who wrote the book Living with the Navy SEAL, and he is working with our clients right now. And I can tell you that every time I turn around, he's trying to give more. Because that's what very successful people do. They give more. They outgive everybody else. And that's why they're successful. Okay, so if you understand me, hit some hearts. What do you think about certifications and titles to build credibility? Great question, Carmen. Okay. What do I think about certifications and titles to build credibility? I'm thinking to get a few more accreditations to keep polishing my skills as a translator, but I'm not sure if that's maybe just a distraction from building my business. So, Carmen, here's what I'll tell you about that. You don't need them. You don't need them. If you look at most of us that are making multiple millions or even in the $50 or $200 million mark, most of us haven't even finished school, right? So what you need to activate is the part of you inside of you that doesn't want to give, right? Like challenging yourself, like me doing these 6 a.m. Facebook Lives, totally outside my comfort zone, right? It's a massive give. For me, it's a trade-off. Right? And so for you in your business, like where is the area that you really want to be giving more that you're not because of that thing, that emotional trigger, the I don't want to thing somewhere, right? And so I would put your attention on that. However, I did over $100 million in sales for a real estate firm. I didn't know what I was doing. Okay, truthfully, I had no idea what I was doing. And I did that, and part of what helped me open up doors is I gave myself the title VP. VP. I mean, the company gave me the title, but I asked for it. I asked for it for my own ego, but it's what I leaned on when I didn't have the confidence in myself to be able to just show up as me with the opportunity. Right? So I felt I needed the credentials. My ego felt I needed the credentials because I didn't really get that I was that powerful. Right? So I gift you that story from my past because you really can, it really is about the energy and the leadership that you're holding inside of you. You know, I love that Brendan Burchard put a note out like a couple days ago about the world needs more leaders. And he's 100% right. I wonder if people even understand that. Because leadership means that you're willing to commit and do whatever it takes all the time. Like you're always all in. You just are, right? A leader like sees somebody in need and has to help. A leader sees something they want to do and they are compelled to walk through the fire of the things they don't want to do. And they're compelled to do it, and they've gotten very comfortable in that space of, I don't really feel like it. If there's anything I can tell you that I've seen a lot, especially in my clients that I coach, is that I see quite a few people pop. I don't see a lot of people stay at the top. I see a lot of people pop, but I don't see a lot of people stay at the top. And there's a reason for that. They stop wanting to do the thing that got them to the top. Do you understand that? Can you guys do me a favor? Let's get a few more people on here. If you want to, I'm just going to be on for about another 10 minutes. If you want to go to the top and share, and let's just really make a difference. I feel like this conversation is powerful, and I'd love your partnership in getting more people to be able to see this. So if you would do that, I would love that. So, Joel Osteen, who I love, and I don't know if I get this because I send him $20,000, $30,000 checks to make a difference for his organization, because I get lots of cups and cool things from them. But, you know, one of the things I only have XM radio for him. It used to be him and Oprah, but Oprah's not on there anymore. And so one of the things he said yesterday is he said, you know, if you get used to living in the stretch of life, you will see all the blessings that God has in store for you. You have to let go of living in your comfort zone. And I guarantee you that the thing that you want has to come with a give on your side. And so, just like myself, whenever you see that there's a limit that you've hit, it's totally up to you, because know that that limit is having everything in your life be here. So if your relationship is great, it could be extraordinary. Don't ever be the person that says, everything's working pretty good in my life. Don't ever be that person, because you're never maintaining. You're always like growing or you're dying. And so the art of business, the art of making money, it requires you to become more generous. And so again, let's just put it into tactical aspects. If you want to go do a webinar, right? Say you want to do a webinar, but then it takes you weeks to do the webinar because you're so backed up about getting it right. That is a lack of generosity. Your focus is on you. Your focus is on your protection, your safety, what you look like. It's all about you. In order to make a lot of money, it has to be all about them. It has to be all about them. And in order to be all about them, you cannot be worried about giving too much. You cannot even be worried about not being good enough. There's no room for you in them. Do you get that? It is a completely unselfish act. And the more unselfish you can get, the more willing you are to give, to speak on stages, to do Facebook Lives every day, to write newsletters, to invest in great business coaches, to invest in copywriters when you don't have any money. The more you're willing to give, because I know when you give, it's got to come from somewhere. And often we say, well, I don't have enough time, enough. I don't have enough money, enough. I don't have enough support. I just need this thing. It's all in a conversation of lack. And guess what? None of us have enough of what we need for the thing we want, because we're stopping at the emotional trigger of not wanting to. It's there. Just look for it. It's there. You're going to always find it. You're going to find that piece of you that just doesn't believe, which is why I really believe that faith is incredibly important. I think it's so important that you have faith, because many of you guys might not know this, but about a year and a half ago or 2 years ago, I was diagnosed. It was actually about 2 years ago. It was right after Zach was born. I was diagnosed with 3 bulging discs in my back. I have great friends like Mark Victor Hansen, who wrote Chicken Soup for the Soul. I've got a really good friend base. And they all sent me to a total of 4 different doctors. And these were good doctors, right? Like, they were good doctors. And all doctors said, I don't really know, like, you're probably going to have to get surgery if it hurts that bad. You're going to have to probably pull back in these areas of your life, like swimming and bike riding and running. And I'm like, oh my God. And so I started to manage my mind. I started to say, I know there's a doctor that believes that bulging discs can be fixed. I know there's a doctor that believes that bulging discs in my back can be fixed. And I just kept saying that mantra over and over and over again, because the alternative of getting surgery and not being able to live an active lifestyle was a non-negotiable for me. So is your vision a non-negotiable for you? Is the life you want a non-negotiable for you? Or is it just something that you want? Because if it's something that you just want, you're never going to get it. Because something's always going to get in the way. But if it's something that's a non-negotiable for you, then you're going to get it. Because you need to fixate your mind on a mantra that there is a way. There is a way. That it is completely possible, and there is a way. And because of my mantra that there had to be a doctor that, and by the way, I didn't make this up. I was inspired by Wayne Dyer's story. We have a lot of mutual friends, and he has a great story of being in an airport, and it's all snowy. And he's looking at the woman behind the counter saying, I have to go speak at this event, and I committed to it. Not, I can't get there because of the bad weather. But I committed to it. And she kept saying, Wayne, there's no, Mr. Dyer, there is no planes. All planes are grounded. And he sat there for 20 minutes while he had a line of people, not giving a shit about the line of people behind him. Not like the way that might have come out, but like he's focused on his vision and could care less what anybody feels about him, thinks about him, says to him. And he focuses on this woman, and all he's trying to get her to do is not actually do the work of finding him a plane, but do the work of believing it's possible. Finally, he gets her to crack, and she starts to smile. And she says, okay, I'll buy into it. Just maybe, possibly, there's a flight that will get you to your speaking engagement. And then she went and she did the work. And sure enough, she immediately found a flight for him. Now, you might not believe that, but I believed that. And because I believed that, after 4 doctors, I found one doctor that spoke to me something called knowledge therapy. For 2 hours on Skype, I never had to leave my house. And the next day, my back released. I still have 3 bulging discs. They don't hurt. They have never hurt again. I do yoga, I run, I cycle, I lift heavy things, I do sit-ups, I do back extensions, I lay on my stomach, and there's no issue, you guys. So you've got to watch your attitude on how willing you are to give and be generous, and how willing you are to do the thing you don't want to do. In fact, when you see the thing you don't want to do, you have to attack it. And I mean that in a very feminine way. You cannot allow that thing in front of you to take away your vision or your dreams, and it will. And it's just you. It's you stopping that. It's nothing else. It's just you. So you know what I find amazing about that? Is you're so empowered to get what you want. This is why so many of the people that are the top leaders in the world come from the worst backgrounds, because giving everything to your children or yourself or being way too comfortable actually kills your ambition and drive for life. It kills it, right? Like whenever my son's trying to struggle to do something, I don't get in there and do it for him. You gotta just face the hard moments. And if you can face the hard moments and walk through them with your own mantra, whatever that is, then I'm telling you, you will absolutely find success. So it's not your coach, although you need a good one, right? Don't be the crazy person that thinks that, oh, I'm just going to rinse and repeat what I'm doing and succeed. Or I'm just going to, just apply what I've already learned. Or I'm just going to figure it all out on my own. Don't be that person, because we need community and we need each other. But when you're working through the thing you're working through, you got to get that you matter, and you got to get that there is a way. Somebody else has done this, therefore so can you. And it doesn't have to take a long time. If you entertain the thoughts of doubt, if you sit there, if I would have sat there, I'm just trying to put it into an applicable way. If I would have sat there, and don't get me wrong, I cried 3 times about my back because I had 3 moments where I literally thought, what if? And then I got back on my mantra of, because I believed it deep down, there just has to be a doctor. And I just enrolled myself, right? And so you got to be a good salesperson with yourself. Enroll yourself in some sort of a context, a line, a belief. Search for the belief that actually believes it's possible, and strengthen that belief by making it a mantra. And then you will find that walls will move out of your way, and they will move out of your way quickly. So here's my challenge for you today. My challenge for you today, and I'm actually going to do this challenge with a new challenge that I have in my life. And so this is what I mean, Beth, by when you give, you receive. So I have a challenge right now in my life. There's a piece of my business right now that I have a challenge. And I'm going to find the belief. So I want you to find a challenge in your life right now. And as soon as we jump off, I want you to just actually, I don't care where you're at. If you're at work or you're with your partner, you got kids, find a way. And even if it's not the perfect environment, stop making that a reason why you don't take action. Okay? Just complete. Become a finisher. Sit down and identify what is the challenge that you're facing and what does it look like when it's successful. Like specifically, what does it look like when it's successful that will put that big smile on your face? And then start brainstorming about why it can work. Like why it can work for you. Until you find something that just clicks inside you that you're like, oh yeah, I believe that one. Even just a little bit. I believe that one even just a little bit. And then I want you to write that mantra and I want you to put it everywhere around you. I don't think it's good enough for somebody else to give you a positive affirmation. I think you have to find the belief if you want it to move quickly. And you just need a glimmer of possibility, a glimmer of hope, a glimmer of belief that that belief you found could be true. And then if you repeat it multiple times a day, it will gain its strength. And it will take over those negative thoughts where the devil's trying to come in and take you off track. Okay? So I'm going to leave you on that. Be the person who does that. Could only take a few moments. All right, you guys. It's Friday, so I will see you Monday morning at 6 a.m. God bless, and have a great weekend.